I hope you never use Twitter ever. It is just the most brain-rotted website I've ever seen in my entire life, and it's actually just the most disgusting place. And if you start using Twitter, you're gonna turn into one of them. And listen, that would not be good. Okay, now what I got for you today is kind of like a cautionary tale of what not to do and why you shouldn't use Twitter. You know, I feel like what I'm maybe about to say can be kind of seen as something that should be pretty common knowledge, I feel like, but apparently not to some people. I'm just gonna say it, and maybe you didn't know. Maybe you'll learn something new right now. Don't show up to people's houses over Twitter drama and whichever artists you like the best. Is that like a controversial take? Is it? I don't know. I don't think so. I feel like that's a pretty normal and rational thing to think. Not for one of the people we're going to be talking about today. So I don't know. We're just going to get right into it. We have a lot to talk about. There are a lot of tabs I have open right now. Oh my gosh, look at all of those up there. Anyways, basically, these are the two players we have. We have Jasmine, okay? We have Jasmine, and then we have Kenzo. All right, that's Kenzo. And so Jasmine and Kenzo, this is what they look like. Jasmine, Kenzo. I don't know if they go by anything else. I'm just gonna go by their screen names because that just makes it a lot easier. Basically, this is just a bunch of Twitter beef that, as they say here, went too far, which I feel like saying went too far is maybe just a little bit of an understatement for this. If anything, if this is the line, went right past it. They had rocket launcher shoes, they had a jetpack on their back and an anti-gravity field around them. They were just zooming right past it, all right? It's insane. I'm just gonna give you background. Thank you to this person, Bin Cause. I'm basically just kind of following the timeline that they made. I do have a couple extra stuff too that wasn't in it. But basically, Kenzo and Jasmine have been throwing shots at each other for a little bit, so it didn't just come out of complete nowhere. There was a little bit of buildup. Kenzo likes people like Cardi, Dua Lipa, and Beyonce, whereas Jasmine is a diehard Nicki Minaj fan. As we know from a video I made before, the barbs are crazy. The barbs be wild, you know? And so this is really the video that just started all of this. As I said before, there was build up, but like this is where the floodgates just completely opened, and the floodgates just kept going, creating an entirely new ocean. I'll play the video for you right now.
Nicki's jealous. Nicki's bitter. Nicki tanked. Table stiff tanked. Oh. Stan Twitter. Please come to my house. Right here. You have my address.
So I think that maybe, just maybe, you don't give out your information to where you live on the internet. That is a crazy thing to do. That is like the #1 rule that you were taught about the internet when you are first introduced to it, at least for me, was don't tell people where you live, don't tell people your age, don't tell people personal information about yourself. But I mean, you know, clearly this person, I guess, didn't get the memo, and so they just gave out their address because they're so willing to fight for their beliefs and their musical artists that they're willing to dox themselves over it, which I feel like it's crazy that it can get to the point where people care about musical artists so much. And I mean, this is also in other spheres of the internet, like YouTubers and streamers and stuff, but like I feel like music artists is kind of where it's the strongest. I feel like it's crazy how people care about it so much they're actually willing to like complain on Twitter all day, every day, 24/7, dox themselves, send death threats, dox other people. It's just such like a crazy thing to me, because I personally would never even imagine. At a certain point, you kind of have to applaud these people for having the dedication to do that every single day, right? Obviously, it's nothing to be admired. It's weird as hell, I'll be honest. But the dedication's there. I don't know. It's crazy. We're not even close to done though, because after this video, Jasmine ended up making a response type of thing back to Kenzo. Just, I don't even know if I can have this in my video, but I don't know. I think I'll just play the very beginning of it, and you can kind of, the most of it's just the same.
Kenzo, you scary ass faggot. You have the audacity to block me, and then you try to tweet about me thinking I wouldn't have seen it. I feel bad for your ugly ass fat ninjago spinjitzu master ass mama. You growing pubic hair on your chin, looking like Swain from Nino Cooney.
But if all of that wasn't enough, we then have this update to the situation where Jasmine took it into his own hands and bought a plane ticket from LA to go down to Phoenix to go to Kenzo's house when, you know, he docks himself. So Jasmine person knows where they live now, right? So Jasmine was willing to go an entire hour-and-a-half long flight just to go to this person's house with the full intentions to fight.
And I'll come to Phoenix at 6 p.m. And by 7 p.m., this fight should happen.
Over musical artists who don't know who they are. And it's like, you know, I knew that like Stan Twitter was crazy, right? I don't really indulge in it a lot. I don't really know much about it, but I do know that they have a reputation of being kind of crazy. This is a whole new level of what the hell? Like, this is actually insane. And then once Jasmine has landed, they, you know, immediately go out in front of Kenzo's house.
Cardi tanked. Nicki Minaj is the queen of rap. Fuck Dua Lipa.
Just, you know, still talking about petty Twitter drama. You flew an hour and a half, spent hundreds of dollars to go to someone's house over Twitter drama. I can't tell him to go outside because he's already outside. You need to go even more outside somehow. I figured it out. I don't know. This has nothing to do with me. But this is also just more confirmation from Kenzo that, you know, Jasmine is actually outside of their house. This is kind of echoing with a bit more mean words what I was saying, which, you know, you spent a couple $100s on a flight and an Uber to my house over Stan Twitter drama. Actually crazy. And then they also say, I think he's on the other side of my block because that's not my side at timestamp 1 second in the video, which it's kind of crazy to just like even more so dox yourself, right? This person's already trying to find your house. You're just like giving them more information, which is that's wild to me. Don't give the person who flew an hour and a half to go to your house more information about how to find your house. That might just be me though. I don't know. But here we have where they have finally met up. Everything has built up to this point. All of the drama, all of the petty swabbles back and forth, all of the everything really, just everything has built up to this. Let's see what finally happens. All right, let's watch this first video right now.
Flight from LA to Phoenix, ordered an Uber to show up to my house with intentions of hurting me and my family.
Can we just talk? I'm not trying to assault
He's
nobody.
been encouraging others to attack my family via online forums.
Girl. Forums?
David Corrales,
That's not my name.
last name Corales.
Can I talk, please? Girl, just let me talk. Girl, they being weird. It's no point. Yeah, they're trying to call 12. I mean, what the fuck? And then now the dad's trying to flash me like, girl, I just wanted to talk.
So that's the first video saying that, can we just talk? I don't want to assault nobody. It's kind of crazy when earlier you were talking so much smack about how you were going to beat them up and how you're so much better than them.
And by 7 p.m., this fight should happen.
Hey, it's, you know, you're in front of two people. As you'll see later, one of them has a weapon of some sort. So maybe I would be acting like this too after talking so much. But, you know, the online and offline, maybe there's a reason why the online talk is supposed to stay online and it's not supposed to go into the real world. It's fine to say you're gonna beat someone up over their takes and that, oh, you hate them and that they're stupid and dummy dumb. They're a dummy dumb. But like once you start saying that in real life and there's actual consequences for what you're saying, you're a lot less likely to say those things. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening here, where they're, you know, trying to be a lot more passive than they were in, you know, their initial response online to this person. And then there's also this video where I'm not going to play it, but I'll just like skim through it. But basically the dad and Kenzo are just kind of following him still and stuff and recording him. It doesn't really add anything, but, you know, it's just more content, I guess, if you want more. But at some point in the video, you can see this, which the father is holding. So, you know, a weapon of some sort. I can assume, I don't know exactly what it is. Could be like a crowbar. Anyways, eventually, as Jasmine was saying, Kenzo and the father did call the cops. There are like a couple videos from when the police got there. This first one is really funny to me.
Have people get hurt. I understand you're here from out of state. I'm not sure where you can go, but
You want to say hi?
No, not really.
Okay.
Thank you though.
I just think that the cop's response is really funny. No, not really. Why do you think that the cop would want to do that? Why do you think the cop would have any desire in the world to take a picture with someone who he was probably told the whole story and thinks that, as most people probably should, that this is completely ridiculous? And why did you fly an hour and a half over music artists? That's probably what he's thinking. It seems kind of weird. And then there's also this video, which it says like is an update. I won't play the whole thing. I just want to play this first clip real quick.
Hold on, I'm recording the video. Okay, I update.
The audacity to tell the police officer that, like, hold on, I'm recording a video. Don't talk to me right now. All right, my Twitter followers need to be informed. It's more important than any of this police stuff that you're doing. Right? It is more important than any of that. That's crazy. I feel like I'm just saying that's crazy a lot. What more am I supposed to say to this? That's wild. I can just keep saying synonyms and they would all be correct because it's just mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing. But basically, Kenzo has left, and so it's just Jasmine and the police working it all out. And so, what's the update? What happens to Jasmine? Do they get arrested? Are they fine? What happens? Well, they actually did. They got arrested. Let's watch the video that they talk about it in.
Yeah, they arrested me in cuffs. Psych. Bitch.
They weren't arrested, which, I mean, depending on your take on this, is a good or bad thing. I don't really think they should be arrested. I think they should just have not done it in the first place. And I think it's kind of weird. I don't know, like, all the laws and stuff. I don't know if this was like trespassing or if this was breaking any laws or anything. I mean, if they weren't arrested, I'm guessing it wasn't. So that's good, I guess. I don't know. But basically, they just kind of say how Kenzo's scared and that they said that they gave consent to them coming over to their house because they gave their address out online, which, I mean, kind of not wrong about that. You know, that is kind of your fault. Obviously, like, the response Jasmine gave to coming and, you know, actually doing stuff with that information is not good and is, like, also insane, if not more insane than giving out your information. Both of these things should not have happened. I think that everyone made a mistake here and that this just isn't a good situation overall, and none of this should have happened in the first place. And it's such, like, a wild thing to me that it did. This is a real thing. This happened. I got a voice crack just because it's how in the world? Okay. But they ended up going to a hotel. In this video, they talk more smack while saying that they have a hotel and stuff. But that's kind of where it is now. Kenzo's account did get removed. Right, suspended right here, but on their new account they said that they didn't get suspended because of this situation at all. They got suspended because of impersonating someone because they had Dua Lipa as their profile picture, which, I mean, my personal opinion, don't have other people as your profile picture even if they're famous. That's just me though. I just find it kind of weird, but also I feel like you shouldn't get your account removed for it. That's kind of overkill. But this is just the last thing I want to show.
Yeah, people saying it wasn't worth me coming here. I embarrassed myself to the baby. Kenzo page got snatched. If I did not pull up and make him tweet something that got his page took, that wouldn't have happened. This will be the best $600 I spent. Best believe. No boy.
They just kind of talk about how they spent $600 and they felt like it was a success because they got their account removed and they feel like they won. You spent $600 to get someone's account unrelatedly suspended, right? This is not even related to what you did at all. The suspension has nothing to do with you. So this isn't even like a success for you because you didn't do it. But you know what they're saying is they got them suspended, and suspending the $600 to go to their house was actually a good thing. I'm gonna be honest, if you told me that I could get anyone's account removed on Twitter for $5, I would not do it because it does not matter, right? It's not worth it at all. It's so strange to me that people care so much about this Twitter drama that is nothing. It's actually such nothing burgers. Every conversation, every single issue, right? Obviously there are some very serious stuff, but almost for the most part that the things that these people argue about, none of it matters. Whether you like Nicki Minaj or you like Dua Lipa, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. Everyone's gonna have different music tastes, and that is fine. That's fine, and that's awesome actually, because that means that if everyone has different music tastes, different types of music is made, and you know, more music is made, and more people can enjoy different things. It's beautiful, right? It's a beautiful thing that I guess these people just don't agree with me on. That is everything that's happened so far. If there's any updates, don't worry, I'm not gonna make another video on it because I don't want to. This is it. This is all I'm doing. It was great to have you here. It was great to talk. It was great to have a nice conversation with you. And I hope that you truly have a great and wonderful day and stay away from Twitter. This entire video has been a warning. Do you like that callback to the beginning of the video? That was a good one. I thought of it myself. Thank you. Don't use Twitter. All right, bye.
Subscribe.